What's up everyone, welcome back to another Path of Titans video. Today we're going to be going through all the lookout locations on Gondwa. They just recently released these lookout locations with the new quest and update, and they're pretty good. If you do one of them you get 300 marks and a little bit of growth, so I'm going to go through most of the locations. I might miss one or two here and there, so if you do have any more, just stick them down in the comments, and let's get straight into it. Alright, so the first location we're going to head up to is Castaway Isle, right up here in the top left of the map. There's going to be a lookout right on the side. We can see it right here. We're going to get a little bit of growth as I haven't actually discovered it on my hats yet. So, what you want to do is you want to come down here, and I'm going to chuck up a map with all the locations as well somewhere in the video. And what you want to do is you just want to press look. It's going to do a good little animation. This is where it is, just at the top. And any second. Any second now, come on. There we go. 300 marks and a little bit of growth, so not too bad at all. That's number one. Alright, so next we're going to pop over to Savannah, and right here, just sitting on the edge, gotta press look, and right here is the next one. And next we're going to pop over to Hunter's Thicket, near the big healing lake, and you're going to come down here to the top of the lake, and the next lookout point is going to be there. So if we zoom in on the map, the big lake, and just sitting above on the cliff is the next lookout point. Alright, so the next one, we are at Rockfall Hill, which is top of the map, and you're gonna come just below the hill text, just by the grass patch, and that's where the next one's gonna be. Okay, so the next one we're at is over at Snake Gully, and it's going to be on one of the little armpits coming out of the little lake. So if you view the map, just right here next to Rainbow Hills, just beside the Snake Gully sign, is going to be your next one. It really doesn't help that it's foggy, but anyway, we're going to come over to Rainbow Hills, and if you open the map, just on the little outskirt here, just above the teeth on the mountain, is the next one. And the next one, we're going to come over right on the outskirts to the right. We're going to come to Pebble Isle, and it's just going to be on the shore here of the beach. So if you look on the map, right here, just in the outskirts, is going to be our next one. Okay, next one, we're going to come over to Flyers Above, and on one of the rocks is going to be your next location. So if you come over here on the map, right here, just where the Flyers Above sign is going to be your next one. Alright, and the next one is going to be at Ocean Pillars. So let's just quickly go and claim this real quick. If you look on the map, you're going to come over here, right in the center of the Ocean Pillars sign. That's where you want to be, just before the little armpit goes out. That's going to be our next location. Alright, so the next one, we are at Burn Forest here, and you want to just come down by the little pond just underneath, and that's where your next one's going to be. And just over the little stream from Burn Forest, we've got sand caverns. So just over, you want to come to the little outpost here, and it's going to be directly in this location. Alright, and the next one, you want to come over to Sand Caverns Home Cave, and just above is going to be your next location. And we really have got to find some food very soon for our hats, but just right here is going to be our next one. And on the next one, we're going to come over to Big Quill Lake, and directly in this location, just above the big letters is going to be our next location. Alright, I managed to find some food, critter. The next one we're going to come to is Salt Flats. So, just if you look into the map here, just underneath the salt sign, right here on the cliff edge, that's where you want to be for this next one. Alright, so in Hoodoo Expanse, you're going to come over to near where the Waystone is, and right here will be your next location. So if we open the map, come over here to the right hand side, and just above the Waystone to the left, that's where your next lookout will be. Alright, so if we come over to Stego Mountain, and as you can see, if we zoom in on the map, just where the little pond is, if we go to the left and directly up a little bit on the cliff, is going to be your next location. And our next one, coming over to Ripple Beach, we're going to go just up on top of this cliff here. If you look at the map, come directly down, right down to the bottom of the beach, and it's going to be right on the edge of the grassland bit. On the next one, if you fly over from Ripple Beach to Broken Tooth, we're going to see the next location just above the Broken Tooth Canyon sign, directly on the cliff edge is going to be our next location. Okay, bit of a hot spot here. We're going to head over to GV, and if you come directly below Bottom Lake, to the right a little bit is going to be your next location for the hotspots. So, in some locations there will actually be two. So in GV, if you come up to the top lake now, just to the left is going to be another lookout for you to get. Come over here, just to the left of the little island in the middle. That's going to be your second Green Valley location. Alright, looks like we got a little rampy at this one. Our next one, coming over to Dried Lake. Come over here, directly below the Dried Lake symbol, on this little cliff edge here, is going to be our next location. Hello, buddy. Alright, our next one, if we come over to Whistling Columns, just on the huge rock edge, directly in the middle, right up the top is going to be our next location. So the same as Green Valley, there's actually two in Whistling Columns. So if we come over here, and if we come directly in this little archway in the rocks, that's going to be your next location. Alright, we've made the trip over to Red Island. So there's going to be two on Red Island. The first one is going to be right down at the bottom, and just below the huge cliff is going to be your first one. Alright, and this second location at Red Island is just going to be where you normally do the refill quest. Just above the little lake is going to be your next one. Alright, and the next one, oh, there's another hats here. Next one we're going to come over to is Darkwoods, and it is just next to the Darkwood sign, along the cliff edge, right to the tip, and you'll find it. Alright, back out into the ocean here, we're going to come over to Kelp Forest, and right along the edge of the rocks, the two back rocks, right in the centre, is going to be your next location. Alright, if you come over to Young Grove, right next to the home cave, that's going to be your next location. Okay, so next location, we're going to come to GPR. Now just be wary, very busy spot, normally gets really popular, and there's normally red, but in this server it's actually, it isn't a hotspot, which is a bit weird. But if you come over, if you see this rock, right on the edge, it's going to be your first location. And if you just come over on the exact same rock, just walk a few little steps to the other side, and there will be your second location for GPR. Alright, and for the next one, from GPR you're going to head right up the huge cliff onto Wilderness Peak, and basically directly in the middle is going to be your next lookout point. Okay, next location, we're going to come over to Triad Falls, and right along the cliff edge, so be very careful when getting this one. We're going to look on the map, come over here, and basically where the waterfall is, that's where your next location is going to be. We're still hanging in on this hat, still alive, still got a little bit of food and water. And the next location, over to White Cliffs, is going to be, if you come over here, directly to the right of the little lake on the cliff is going to be your next lookout point. And the next one, come over to Impact Crater, I see, just at the top here is going to be our next location. This just shows you how good these lookout points are. While doing this, I have managed to get myself albino on my hats. Now I never play hats, so I just thought, fuck it, I'm gonna get albino. Anyway, the next location is Birchwoods, and it's gonna be right here on the edge, just past the Grand Plains cliff, sitting on the edge of the lake. Okay, well, I am dying of food, but I don't mind dying because I did get my skin. We can just fly back. But the last location, before we perish away, is going to be at Titan's Pass. So if we come here, Titan's Pass, right at the top of the little green section here is going to be your next location. Yeah, alright, we're back again, but this time albino. And the next location, very dangerous, so you've got to be careful on this one. Directly in the centre of Green Hills. Just make sure if you're in Apex coming here that you've got some support. And yeah, that's your next location. Alrighty, next we're going to come over to Sharptooth Marsh. And right here, Middle Island is going to be your next lookout point. So if we come onto the map, Green Island, in the middle of Sharptooth, that's where you want to be. Alright, and the final location, which I have got so far, is going to be just below Hot Springs, Desolate Pass, on the cliffs, so just watch yourself if you're at Apex. Again, just below Hot Springs, and to the left of Burnt Forest, that's where you want to be for your last location. Alright guys, that's going to be it for all the locations which I do have at the moment. As I say, there may be more scattered around the map which I haven't discovered or people haven't discovered yet. But 300 marks per one, it's definitely worth grinding for. And as you can see, I've got hats, I've got albino on my hats with just doing these lookout quests. So they really are worth it. So please make sure to leave a comment down below if you do find any more, and what skin you'll be going for if you're grinding mocks on these. And as always, I will catch you guys later. Peace.